Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of our Roundtable. I'm your host, Jay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in right here from Inside Out. It's good to see you guys. And man, do we have an interesting one for you guys tonight. As you guys can see in the title description, we're going to be talking about the contraband and all of the issues and whatnot that go along with it. Yep, and including a very interesting case that has been going viral as of late, as you guys probably know. Maybe some of you don't know, but it's out there nonetheless. And we are doing everything we can to bring awareness to this, to find out what's real, what's not, and all this. But before, ladies and gentlemen, we get into it, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. Of course, I say this real quick. I said, welcome in, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. And our co-host, Tammy, will be here in a second, but she also said this in the chat, as you guys can see. Hi, everyone. Sending love and light to all. Absolutely. And then, I said this. Please hit and smash the like button, guys, because actually all what you do on your end helps this channel grow and get more out there. Absolutely. And let's go ahead and welcome our good friend, Texas Mom. She says, hello, everyone. How you doing, Texas Mom? Thank you so much for being here and also monitoring the chat and doing what you can on your end. Absolutely. And then, of course, she says this too also. How are you? And I said, I'm good. But anyways, with that being said, more chat here in a second. Please, let's give a nice warm welcome to our co-host, Tammy.
Hi,
welcome
guys.
To the show, Tammy. Welcome to the show, Tammy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm hanging in there. We made it to another, as they call it, hump day, Wednesday. And
right.
the days are flying by, it seems like, for some reason. But I don't know. Maybe you're having the same feeling. But nonetheless, I'm hanging in there.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am telling you. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to send somebody the link real quick.
You're good. Absolutely. And then, of course, Texas Mom says, let's go. Yeah, absolutely. Or I like to say, let's get into it. And then, of course, she also hit on this real quick, and I want to hit on this even more detail. She also said in the chat, guys, please be respectful. Absolutely, because this is not a place to have disrespect or hate or any other kind of unnecessary nonsense in the comment section. So this is being monitored. So the mods are watching the chat tonight because I do not want to go through what happened last week. I can't remember if it was a Wednesday or Friday, but nonetheless, I will not tolerate
Friday night. Yeah. But I want to say a little piece on
sure.
that.
Go ahead. I was going to finish. Go ahead.
I'm just going to put out like a broad blanket statement. Listen, folks, we're here to educate, advocate, share our truths in life, our woes, our knowledge, everything that we can. And we want to be as positive and reflective as we can. Guilt, innocence, right, wrong, none of that matters. And it's okay to have a difference of opinion. It's not okay to harass, threaten, bully, vigilante, stuff like that. Jay and I have had a long talk, and our group as a whole, and that's just not what we're about. So we're just not going to give any attention to it anymore. So if somebody is ugly to you folks, we do have our mods in here. If you see a wrench by their name, you can do the @ symbol and their screen name. Let them know so that we can catch those things, and we'll just politely get the people out. We'll take a screenshot of their name, report, and block them.
There you go.
And send to whatever law authority we need.
So yeah, there you go. And as you guys can see right there, this is why I got the shirt made, because it stop the hate. We have to stop the hate and stop the hate speech and just stop hate in general. It's unnecessary. It doesn't do anything. It makes things worse, to be honest with you. And on top of that, if there, again, guys, like Tammy said, if there's going to be some disrespectful or anything worse than disrespectful comments, please screenshot it, save it for evidence, and then get rid of them. We'll handle the rest. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into the details of tonight's podcast real quick. As you guys know, we're talking about the.
Some of the comments are shut off, Jay. Can you check that? Somebody, one of my family members is in, and she's trying. It's live, and should be able to comment.
Hold on.
Destiny.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
Be able. To
I'm getting where is she on YouTube, Facebook, or what is she on?
I'm gonna ask her.
Okay.
Jay is checking it. I sent her the YouTube link.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if it's on my end because, like I said, I get the chat. I'm getting chat now, but I'm not getting what you're saying because I don't know why she's not coming in here. Everybody else is.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the link to her via text.
Yeah, send her the live link, the podcast link, or my YouTube link, excuse me, to her, and not the restream link. Maybe that's the reason why she's having problems. Okay.
She said, yeah, but nothing on my side comments wise. Gonna send you the link.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. I'm gonna walk her through that. Go ahead and
all right,
let them know.
All right, I'm going to take care of the podcast. So I'll wait till you come back in. All right.
I'll be right
all right, fair enough. Thank you, Tammy. All right, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, we're dealing with the corruption inside prisons, and not just corruption, but also the contraband. And we're going to tear into that here tonight with some details of a case that's been floating around on the internet that's went viral. You guys are going to see that here tonight. So let's go ahead and get into why we're doing this. Everything that you're going to be seeing on the screen tonight are based on facts and other information that we share here. So let's go ahead and tear into the first thing I want to show you guys. Now, why do these CEOs, again, the question arises, why do these CEOs do all of this type of corruption when it comes to, bringing in cell phones, and et cetera, et cetera? Well, obviously, the answer to that is simple. More money. Obviously, they're need more money because they're not making enough on their salary. So let's go ahead and talk about that real quick and kind of give you guys a general idea, if you will, what makes these guys do what they do. And I think this is proof right here in the pudding. So let's go ahead and show you that right now. On the screen, what you guys see here on the screen, okay, is a average correctional officer's salary. All right, guys, so pay attention, take notes if need be. Understand that there's a reason behind all of this. Again, it sounds greedy, petty, selfish, everything else, but then yet this is their mindset, not too much mine, but this is their mindset because people like to live in, I'll put it this way. There's a lot of spoiled, rotten people in this world, believe it or not. And if you just look at the salary there, to them in their eyes, that's not enough. Not with today's economy, the way the cost of living is. This right here, $54,000 per year is not enough. Let me go ahead and get into the facts with this, guys, tonight, and it'll kind of show you why these guys do what they do for obvious reasons. All right, number one, the average salary for a correctional officer in the United States is $54,000. Now, give or take, depending on the state, prison, and other factors that put in play on this. So you can't just go by what you see here. Again, it varies depending on everything in your experience level, so forth. Here's proof. And this is just Texas for right now. Other states are different. In Texas, the average salary for a correctional officer is around $48,881 per year. That's per year. So that's what they get every year. Now, however, salaries can vary depending on location, which I just mentioned. There's proof. Skill level and years of experience. Absolutely. So obviously, the better you are at whatever it is that you do, the higher your pay is going to be. But even that is not good enough or enough as a whole. For example, entry-level correctional officers in Texas County, Texas, earn between $57 and $64. All right. So with that being said, that should tell you something right there. Everybody said spot on. Texas Mom said money, absolutely. Vicky said money, absolutely. Destiny England, got it. Okay, good. Thank you. Welcome in, Destiny. Good to see you. Welcome in, Destiny. Absolutely. Vicky said this, I live on a lot less. We all do. So do I. Actually, I don't even have a job technically, and I'm struggling. All right. So with that being said, Vicky said, hi, Tammy. And then, of course, obviously we have Texas Mom, Vicky, same. And then my co-host Tammy said, Vicky, me too. Absolutely. So you guys are all on fire and spot on. So there you guys have it. There you guys can see the salary. Again, this varies. Welcome back, Tammy. This varies from CO to CO, from prison to prison. From
my opinion. I told you today, but I'm going to tell everybody out in the chat. This is my opinion. I make what I make, and I choose my profession. If I didn't like it or I didn't get paid enough, I'm not going to do something illegal to make more money. That is my personal preference. But my thing when it comes to law enforcement, judicial branch, and corrections of any sort. I'm talking county, state, federal, does not matter. They are there specifically to hold the law, letter of the law. And I had a very fierce, Jay knows about it, and Texas Mom knows about it, but I had a very fierce conversation in another advocate's podcast or video that he did on contraband. Specific individual that's in Texas that was caught with a cell phone, and he's getting 35 years on top of his existing
charges
sentence. And I made the comment that, hey, I don't think it's fair. I didn't say it's not fair. I said, I hope he's fighting it, because that's an 8th Amendment constitutional right not to have cruel and unusual punishment. So, and my biggest thing is two points I want to make. One, you shouldn't break the law if you're supposed to uphold the law. Number one. Number two, any contraband that enters any prison, it is a staff issue. It is not anybody else's fault that ended up in there, except for that they did not do thorough checks to prevent it from coming in there. I don't care. It's the truth. I mean, listen, if you have something you're not supposed to on your job and it's not supposed to be there, you should do something to prevent it from happening. Like
Texas Mom, boom. Texas Mom, boom.
Yep.
While the guards get it slapped on
the hand. You're right. Most of the time they do. We see it all the time out here in Texas. And it happens all over.
So let me go ahead and add a few more things here too, Tammy. Sorry if I cut you off, but I wanted to let everybody know that this is a actual thing. This guy is actually getting charged, and I'm going to show you guys that here just very, very shortly. Just bear with me, because I wanted to kind of do this in steps, if you will, so it makes sense. But I want you guys to understand that this guy it was doing, I think, a 15-year sentence for, I want to say, some type of DV/assault charge. Nonetheless, I don't condone it, but whether he did or didn't do it, that's irrelevant. What I'm trying to say is that, yes, he got caught. Unfortunately, he got caught with a cell phone on his person inside prison. And as you all know what that's called contraband. All right. And technically, no locked up individual is supposed to have cell phones. We all know the reason why they don't want us to have cell phones, more on that later, but he still was caught nonetheless. And now he's doing a extra 35 years on top of his 15-year sentence. But as you know me, and as you know Tammy and everybody else in the chat, I call BS. All right. And I got a lot of red flags flying around because something doesn't make any sense for this type of a hiccup. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about when it comes to the case at hand, just so to back up my claim that I'm not making anything up here. So here it is. And this is, and my co-host Tammy shared this with me. So thank you, Tammy, for bringing this to my attention. Here it is. Sentenced, Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Pay attention. Mark Robertson, the one you see there on your screen, okay, was sentenced to 35 years for possession of a cell phone while incarcerated. Yes, big no-no. Usually, though, guys, keep in mind, usually this is just either a write-up or put in the hole or something along those lines.
Privileges taken away, yada yada.
Yeah. Like commissary, go in the yard, privileges. Okay, but keep in mind, 35 years seems a little freaking extreme. We're going to get into that here in just a second. But anyways, so at the Ramsey unit. So is at the Ramsey unit. Some of you may know where that's at and what the reputation there is. Anyways, the new sentence will begin after. Now, see, he's doing time for 15 years. He's not getting any time credited for that 35 while he's sitting there doing the 15. So this is completely separate. So current 15-year sentence for assault/family violence, better known as DV. Okay, so there's proof right there, guys, in the pudding. Okay, now, is that excessive sentence? And is that an Eighth Amendment right violation? I would say absolutely. But let me go ahead and get out of this real quick. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, and then I'm gonna say it if I can real quick, and Tammy and everybody else will speak on this too as well. I want to let you guys know that I take the Constitution like you can't believe. I have a buttload of respect for it. When you deliberately violate every amendment that's on the Constitution, I won't say every, but the ones that seem to get picked on the most, obviously, the First Amendment. You got, sometimes you get Fourth Amendment violations, Fifth Amendment violations, and so forth. And this one here, guys, is an Eighth Amendment violation. But does this apply? Can he sue? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say my piece, and if Tammy, you want to cut in and go ahead and say what you need to say under, I'll let you. Absolutely, 100%. This is everybody's podcast. So my answer to that is yes. Oh, but there's sorry to say this, guys. There's a little bit of a catch under this situation, and I'll tell you why that is. I need to know if there's statutes and other issues going on here with this cell phone before I say, yeah, absolutely, get your grievances filed and file a lawsuit for an Eighth Amendment violation. There has to be something else involved here. Something doesn't smell right with me. It's not sitting right. I've never heard of a sentence, 35 years for a cell phone. There's got to be something else involved. Tammy, your take.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. My point, the reason why this is such a thing for me, like I said, my piece. Look, let's do hypotheticals. Let's just break it down. So say you're at a school, you're a teacher. What if a teacher goes in there bringing bottles of Hennessy?
Thank you, Texas.
Or a kid ends up with the Hennessy because the teacher brought it in.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what this equates to. Look, if you cannot trust those in charge, and we see it all the time. Hey, guys, go look at TDCJ Trolls page on Facebook. I promise you, every couple of days, there's an officer getting busted.
Imagine that.
This isn't just Texas. I mean, his page is Texas. But, like, I mean, you'll see tonight through the information that I gathered up for Jay. There's some in New York. There's some here. There's some there. Yes, there are criminals that get stuff in. There are family members that bring stuff in. But if the staff was doing their job, they bust the family members. None of it would be in there. They have taken away mail. They've taken away a lot of physical contact that they used to have years ago. It's gone video, tablet. So how in the hell is it getting in there? There's only one way.
Yeah. And you, yeah, absolutely, Tammy. You hit that on the nail. And again, it boils down to what we're talking about here tonight and why it happens. You guys saw the salary. That has a lot to play in it. Plus, on top of that, we got people that are like, I have a family member that lives in the family that thinks and have this mentality. What am I talking about? Well, to keep up with the Joneses scenario. Does that make sense to you guys? What I'm talking about?
Some of those, don't we, Destiny? We have some of those in our family.
Yeah,
and they beg, borrow, and steal from everybody else, and live way beyond their means $90,000 a year is not enough for the family, or over $100,000.
Yeah, and I'm going to prove a point, because what you see in my hand here is a $200 cell phone. $200. Right. Okay, I will not ever. And I'm sorry, that's just me. My mindset's different, but I will never hold or carry or buy a $2,000, $3,000 iPhone. I don't need it. I don't need it, folks. I mean, why do we do this to ourselves? We have to have the next best generation cell phone. We have to have the biggest and baddest TV in our living room. We have to have the white picket fence lifestyle. If you don't know what that means, I'll tell you that here in just a second. We have to have the biggest and fastest car, or the coolest car in the driveway. We have to live like we're kings, even though we can't.
Dripping in diamonds that slaves mined out of the ground that get killed and alive for.
Right. Right. And all of that. And guys, and listen, I get it. It's nice to have. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. But again, do we really need all that crap? Do we need it? I say this to my followers and whatnot. Is it a need, or is it a want? Why do you always have to try to keep up with the Joneses? I have a family member in my family that, if it's not like, for example, something petty. I'll wear a pair of shoes, but I won't wear those ones. I'm going to wear Converse. See, brand. Everything's brand. Reebok, Nike. I was a Kmart Blue Light Special kind of guy. I didn't have Nikes. So I shopped at Kmart and hand-me-down, throw-me-down stores. I didn't shop at JCPenney, Sears, you name it.
Yes, Destiny. Even the guards sneak stuff in prison. Mostly, that's where most of the contraband. Yeah. And nobody's going to admit this. And I got told that I was, what was it, Jay? What did they say? That's just heavy sauce. What the hell is heavy sauce? First of all, that just cracked me up. I'm like,
it's another term. Right. It's another term that they try to use to make themselves look smart, but the ignorance is so thick that no matter what terms they use, they're still ignorant. Just so you guys know, this person that you see on the screen is family. So this person's cool. It's not a troll. The beauty in Avatar and Pandora, that's my other half. So she's watching.
Oh, I'm glad she's in here.
Yeah. So welcome, honey.
So glad to have you.
Absolutely.
Anyways, with him. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, now you watch it, Tammy. You're gonna get me in trouble here. All right. Anyways, I'm just messing with you. All right. So she's cool. Don't think she's a troll. She's family. All right. But with that being said, I'm not materialistic. I don't live by materialistic. I'm happy with what I got. I'm happy with this $200 cell phone. So I don't need all the fancy equipment, because if it can text and call your mom and all that crap, I'm good. I don't need all that fancy, all the bells and whistles.
All right, my phone can beating up my Apple people. I have an old iPhone 8 Plus that I will not get rid of because I paid payments on it.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm not knocking you. I was just merely making a point, but you're good.
Playing with you.
No, you're good. Yeah. Texas Mom says, "Hi, Jay's boss." LOL. Yeah, she is the boss.
That's right.
She is the boss. I'm well trained. All right. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the data. I don't know if you have a certain way you want to go about this, but should I just go ahead and do the videos? Because I think most of them are videos.
There's only one I think that's a video. I don't know. I mean, you'll have to look again. I don't think that the mail one came as a video, but I'm pulling mine up too. So whichever.
All right, guys, we're going to do share screen, and bear with us. I like to share everything that we talk about to back up my claim on what we're dealing with here. So let's go ahead and get into that right now. I think what I'm going to do for right now, I'm going to do this video, Tammy, if that's cool with you.
That's good.
This is coming from the 25 News, KXXV. This should be in the description. Now, there are other things that Tammy sent that I got late when I made this, put this platform up. So I was unable to get some of the information in the description. So I do apologize on that. If you want it, we can work it out. But anyways, all credit, guys, goes to 25 News, KXXV. Their title here, Prison Guard Arrested for Drug Contraband Smuggling Operations, TDCJ. God, that's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into the video, and then we'll come back and show some more data.
I Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us at 10 tonight. I'm Garrett Hoddle. We're beginning with developing news this evening. A corrections officer at the Hughes unit in Gatesville now under arrest for delivering contraband into the prison. This is a story we're continuing to track. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice announced the arrest of 33-year-old Madaris Shaw on Monday following an investigation when officers say they found cell phones, illegal drugs, and other contraband in his vehicle. This is the same prison that Gonzalo Lopez was in before he escaped a prison bus in Centerville, all before allegedly killing a family of 5. TDCJ saying Lopez had a key and a knife when he escaped. The department didn't know how Lopez got out either. The department says Shaw will be fired. He was with them for 18 months.
All right, so let me get out of that real quick, guys, and let you know that there's that. So actually, I'm not going to get out of this. I'm going to go to the next one. That was a very short video. I didn't expect it to be that short. All right, let's go here. Did you want to do this one, Tammy?
Yeah, let me get over to it.
Okay.
Let me see here. Let me get it pulled up for you.
No worries, guys.
That one, smuggled.
The beauty of going live.
I think this is White Plains, New York. I think.
This is.
Yep, the patch.
Okay.
It's a patch. Yeah. Okay.
So again, all credit goes to Patch. I'm not taking any credit from them.
Don't do that. No. Give
Okay.
me one second. Pop up.
All right. No, you're good. So again, all credit goes to Patch. I'm not taking any of their credit. Here's the story. Guards, civilian workers took bribes, smuggled gel and contraband. DA. Go ahead, Tammy. It's all yours.
5 are accused of accepting bribe payments and smuggling contraband to inmates at the Westchester Jail in Valhalla. I hope I said that right. Maybe Valhalla. I don't know. Sorry, guys. It was done June 20th, 2024. Just so y'all know, this is this year. White Plains, New York, Westchester County jail employees have found themselves on the wrong side of the law, according to corrections officials and prosecutors. Westchester County District Attorney Miriam Roca and Westchester County Department of Corrections Commissioner Joseph K. Spano announced on Thursday that Westchester County Department of Correction officers and civilian employees were arraigned on charges of accepting bribe payments and smuggling contraband to inmates at the Westchester County Jail in Valhalla. An employee at the Mount Vernon Police Department was also arraigned earlier this month on charges for smuggling contraband into the Mount Vernon Police Department cell
Imagine
block.
that.
These defendants put their own interests above the safety of incarcerated individuals, employees, civilians, and other corrections officers, Roca said. Our jails become less safe when corrections officers and others in position of public trust accept bribes to smuggle in contraband. We commend the Westchester County Department of Correction for working with my office to ensure these individuals face serious consequences. The 5 defendants were arrested by the DA's Office Criminal Investigation Squad on June 11th and arraigned on June 20th in Mount Pleasant Justice Court on the following charges. Peter Cumberbatch, 39, of New Rochelle, a Westchester correction officer, was charged with felony third-degree bribe, receiving misdemeanor second-degree promoting prison contraband for allegedly accepting an $800 payment from an associate of incarcerated individual in exchange for smuggling contraband into the jail in March 2023. He was suspended following his arrest and is being scheduled for an employment termination hearing. Wow. He still hasn't been terminated. Seriously.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Shakia Smith of Peekskill, a Westchester County correction officer, was charged with 2 counts of third-degree bribe, receiving a second-degree promoting prison contraband for allegedly accepting multiple payments totaling more than $500 from an associate of an incarcerated individual in exchange for smuggling contraband into the jail between June and August of 2022. And I find it very hard to believe that they only got $800 and $500 over 2 and 3 years worth of smuggling they got caught for.
Oh, I know.
I call complete bullshit on that. and is being scheduled for an employment termination hearing. So she's still employed.
Now, let me ask you something real quick, Tammy, if I may. Let me ask you this, or whoever I need to ask this to. Why do you have to schedule a termination? Man, when at my job, if you get fired, you're freaking fired and you're out. You don't. There's no scheduling. There's no appointment. There's no, oh, here you go. Come on in the office. We got to go through. I mean, why does it take so long to fire people?
Yeah, my other question is, as I'm reading this, third-degree felonies, third degree. Why aren't they first degree? Because I promise you, if you did that, or I did that, or anybody that's out in our chat there, we would all
we're done.
Degree and second degree felonies.
We're all cooked. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why are they not getting cooked? Anyway, Wilfredo Gonzaga, 36 of Briarcliff Manor. He was a Westchester County Correction Officer. He got charged with
Welcome in, Trey.
3 counts of third-degree bribe, receiving 2 counts of second-degree promoting prison contraband for allegedly accepting payments totaling more than $2,000 from an associate of an incarcerated individual in exchange for smuggling contrabands into jail between September 22nd and February 23rd. He was terminated.
Imagine that.
This guy was terminated. Why aren't the others? What's the deal? In February of 2023, Sadari Holt, 30 of the Bronx, former employee of county contracted vendor that provides commissary services. Oh, imagine that, Jay.
Wow.
Imagine that segment.
Wow, that's a big imagine that segment.
She was charged with 5 counts of third-degree bribe receiving and 5 counts of second-degree promoting prison contraband for allegedly accepting multiple payments totaling more than $1,500. I'm just calling BS on all this money. It's a lot more than that. I don't believe it. And you're
never going to know the truth.
December 21st and April 22nd, her security clearance was revoked by the DOC, and that was on April 4th, 2022. Sharday Moore, 35 of Yonkers. She was a former employee of county contracted vendor that provides commissary. Oh, wow.
So are you guys seeing the pattern here? Yeah. See, are you guys starting to see the pattern here? If it's not from through the little cracks and whatnot in the commissary section, it's through just walking right in nonchalantly and dropping it off or having it in that way. Look, guys, we already know there's so many different ways you can bring it in. Before Tammy continues, there's obviously, you guys have heard the term or the prison term called prison pocket. I'm not going to get detailed in here. You know exactly what prison pocket is. We all have one. So prison pocket. All right. So there's that. And then of course there's, through what you're seeing here, commissary or drones. There's another thing.
That's the newest. Now that is the inmates and the gang and the whole.
Yeah, that's the family doing. Yeah, I know, I get it. It's all rigged, but nonetheless, there you guys go. I mean, there's a pattern, but keep go on, Tammy. Go ahead.
Still, I mean, that could be prevented. They could do something about it. They choose not to. That's the whole thing.
But we have metal detectors that we have to go through for our visits. When we have to visit our locked up loved ones, we get pat down and we get strip searched, pat down metal. Yeah, we get strip search, pat down metal detectors, but the COs don't. How come?
Yeah, they're supposed to, but they don't. Some of them, they get a pass because they know what's going on.
Favoritism.
They have to know.
Favoritism.
It's bull. No, they're all in on it. It's their money making scheme. And somebody goes down, they fall.
They're not gonna rat.
We've seen it.
They're not gonna rat on each other. So
no, because they don't want that gang coming after them. That's what it's all to do with the gang affiliation too. I mean, it's all a business making thing. That's who's paying them on the outside is the gang.
You'd be amazed what they pay for cell phones. $5,000, ladies and gentlemen, for cell phones. Yeah, they have it like that. They got it like that just to throw away. Must be nice to throw away $5,000 for a cell phone. Carry on.
So on this one is On May 20th, the DA's Office Criminal Investigation Squad arrested Sean Rogers, 40 years old, of Mount Vernon, a civil jailer with the Mount Vernon Police Department, for allegedly delivering 3 cylindrical objects wrapped in electrical tape containing a leafy substance to an incarcerated individual awaiting a court appearance at the cell block on March 11th.
Imagine
He was
that.
arraigned on the charge of second-degree promoting prison contraband June 3rd in Mount Vernon City Court. His next court date is July 9th. Well, here's the thing, and I can go on, but here's what bothers me. Why are these officers not getting drug charges slapped on them as well for distribution?
And that raises a great question. And I bet how many people know the answer to that?
Oh, they know the answer. They just don't want to answer the question. That's the problem.
Sure.
So
I know the answer.
This article, if you guys want to go check it out, it's pretty good little.
Yeah, there's a lot there, guys. But we're going to do one more screen share, and then we're going to come back into the chat and open us up for you guys for the remainder of the evening. Thank you guys so much for being here and contributing to this show. Anyways, this one here, guys, is the Texas Tribune. Yeah, they actually have their own little paper out there, believe it or not. But anyways, all credit goes to Texas Tribune, and Tammy, credit for you too as well for help, finding this. But look at this. I'm going to highlight it for you guys. I hope you guys appreciate the information tonight. Hit and smash the like button. Share this with somebody else so they can get educated on this. Maybe another CO will see this and say, shit, they're on to me. And maybe they'll stop doing what they're doing. But look, man, no matter how corrupt you are, you're going to get caught. There's no such thing as privacy anymore. And I will do my due diligence and expose these corrupt ass COs. They do not have a right to have a job and do what they do and take my tax dollars and use it for corruption. If that continues, I want my money back.
So during COVID, this is when it was during COVID.
Yeah.
And I want to read the little caption under the picture real quick. According to prisoners and employees, contraband is most often brought into prisons by staff. And that illustration there is by Molly Magno for the Marshall Project and the Texas Tribune.
So fitting.
Yeah. And so it says, Texas prisons stopped in-person visits and limited mail. Drugs got in anyway.
Yeah, so, look at the picture, guys. Look what the CO's holding there on his backside there.
Yep.
Look familiar? Yeah.
So during COVID, they stopped the in-person visits and they didn't we can't send greeting cards. Everything goes to a mail processing center. All the handwritten letters I wrote to my loved one, my husband, all the cards that I've sent him, like greeting cards, go to a processing center in Dallas and they get scanned into machines and sent to their tablets.
Imagine that.
They do not even get the physical letters. They will not let them have them. They just upload them to the tablets. But during intake now, they will take them letters during intake, I believe. They print them out there at the prison. They still go to Dallas and they get processed. And then at the unit, they'll print up, this before they get issued a tablet, they'll print up the actual letters and take them those. But they won't take them the ones you hand wrote. You know what I'm saying?
And that takes away.
There's no way for a loved one to give them anything.
And that takes away the personal feeling of actually having something from your locked up loved one, the originality of it. Now it's all copies. It just ruins the whole entire feel of what your loved one sent into you. Thank God my jail and my prison didn't do that. I got all real stuff, not copied stuff. So it was kind of nice. But man, I feel bad for the ones that have to go through that.
Well, and this is and when you go for a visit, like an in-person visit, you cannot take in anything but your license in a clear, either Ziploc bag or a clear bag with you can take $35 in coins, and that's what you take for your visit because you got to use the vending machine. But you can't take in your cell phone. You can't take in.
No.
You have your keys in your hand. They take those, and then you get that and your license back when you leave. So you have literally that one bag and your person. So if they search everybody like they're supposed to, and your hands are only allowed on top of the table. So
Yeah.
and you can't
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, I know.
We're across from each other. So tell me how the stuff is getting in there. It's because they're allowing it. Period. I mean,
I'm sorry, Tammy, and you're absolutely right. My friend here, Jen B. Farr, who is in on X, chiming in here because I'm streaming on X, guys, just so you know. She says this: not always. Now, again, I respect all comments, and this is I'm not even being close.
I mean, we all have our own opinions, and
I'm not being disrespectful here at all. She's entitled to her opinion, and I stick with it. So here it is, and here's what she says. Again, not always. The DOC of Yuma, called the police to his home. He shot at them. Oh my Lord! Pretty sure wanted suicide by cop. I'm sorry, unalived. See, I get hung up too.
Yep.
They knew where and who it was. Drunk on drugs. They shot or unalived him with bean bags, all right, which are non-lethal. Never served a day. He knows too much. It got cut off for some reason. Let me go ahead and knows too much. It's all corrupt. That's what she's trying to say at the end there. So thank you so much, Jan B. Farr. Thank you so much for that.
She's just saying that, you know, and that's what I wanted to do. That's why I put in the New York article too. I saw a video where they were dropping some stuff in by drone. The prison recorded it. The inmate gets a hold of it. So, okay, then you go get it.
Yeah.
You have guards. You have them in the towers. You have video cameras. You saw them drop it in, so you know that's an issue. So what do? You put a copter up in the air. They don't have a problem pulling those out when they're chasing people through the neighborhood or through the streets for a crime. Get a copter up in there. You know what's going on. Figure it out.
Right. But it's either, like I said before, like I said before, guys, I think honestly it's laziness. The guards don't want to do nothing. And again, I'll show why. For proof in the pudding, here's why they don't want to do nothing. There you go.
Well,
they're not getting it.
I'm going to tell it. I make $17 an hour, and I work my butt off every day.
My point is, I was being sarcastic. But what I'm saying is, guys, this is one of the reasons why they don't really want to do anything, because even this is not enough to them. But what is enough? Even millionaires, guys, keep in mind, even millionaires are miserable. Yeah. You have all the money in the world. What else can you buy? You can't buy love. You can't buy respect. You can't buy anything. So what the heck what are you upset about?
Apparently, Jay, you can buy corruption. That's what you can buy.
That's true. I forgot about
corruption.
Yeah. Dang it!
I must be corruption.
I must have not got the memo. Well, must be nice nonetheless. But as you guys know, if you're tuning in here late, we're basically talking about this case here. And then we're talking about the salary, we're talking about contraband as a whole and what happens. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, Mark Robertson, I got a lot of red flags on this case. I call it BS so many ways. 35 years for a cell phone charge. That's unheard of. Wow. Now, Tammy, let me ask you something. Being that you're in Texas, Tammy, and everybody else that is on the chat here in Texas, let me ask you guys something. Is there a statute for this to stick?
That I haven't done the research. I'm just going to tell you. There probably is something to it. Maybe a specific phone call he made on the cell phone or something. But I'm going to tell you what. If I was, and I hope his family members hear me, or his loved ones, or whoever, no matter what, I would go to the bottom of the barrel to find out, one, how the cell phone got in there to be a temptation to a person.
Exactly.
To use it.
Exactly.
Because I'm going to tell you something that really upsets me. When my husband was in another wing where he's at now, and at his old unit that he was at, the intake unit, people are dropping all over like flies with this K2. Please reach out to me. Please reach out to Texas Mom. Please reach out to Jay. If you have loved ones that are getting unalived because those illegal drugs are being allowed to go in there.
Yep.
Or your loved ones are catching cases because their temptation is they want that humanity. They want to be able to show the abuse and the corruption that's going on in there with the cell phones. We would not know 100%, but I urge all of you to go and look and watch some of these inmates. Yes, some of them act ignorant and do wrong things. But you have a whole lot of people that are in there doing really great things. Vicky, K2 is legal, what used to be considered legal marijuana. It was made out of spices and stuff like from potpourri and all that. And they do certain things and add chemicals to it. It is very unaliving. It is like being on heroin or meth.
Maris fact.
And
Go ahead, Tim. I'm going to find a video on what it does to somebody so you have a better idea of what it is. Just bear with me. But to clarify what K2 is in more depth, K2 is a spiced, rigged up piece of marijuana, and you can really get effed up on it, and it's very bad.
And they liquefy it, and what they do is they put it on paper. They liquefy it, put it on like, a sheet of paper. And then they cut it into squares about the size of a pencil eraser in width and dimension. And they'll put it on their tongue or ingest it, and they're done.
Well, yeah.
And some people take it and they smoke it. And
fentanyl is even worse. Fentanyl is even worse, guys. But bear with me, Tammy, if you could please just go ahead and keep chatting. So I got to find that video.
Okay. And I had a person that was related to me by marriage that ended up hooked on that when it was out and considered legal in Texas to ingest it. And that person ended up almost losing their life to heart failure over that mess. It is everywhere. Yeah, Texas Mom, it's everywhere. Even though my loved one's in a pretty decent for Texas units, it's there too. And he was like begging them to move him off of the wing he was on because he was so sick of getting locked up 23 ones. 23 and ones is you're locked up in your cell 23 hours a day and you're only allowed out 1 hour. And they kept every couple of days they'd end up locked up like that because the fact of the matter is when somebody starts acting out, they have to protect everybody else in there. So they were having guys fall out on the floor. They still, even though he's in a good wing now, he said one guy was hopped up on it the other day and came up to him and asked him, did he want to buy a tablet? And it turned out that the tablet belonged to one of my husband's ex-cellmates. And he was like, that's not even your tablet, number one. Number two, nobody's going to buy that tablet from you. But he was so hopped up on the stuff. It just he had no clue. It's so sad. It is so tragic.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find that. I don't want. Go ahead, Tammy. Sorry.
Vicky, maybe this will help you. You can ask your husband. He probably knows for sure, and you may know. But during Vietnam, they had what they called red heroin, and the soldiers would get hooked on it. The locals would get the soldiers hooked up on it, and the soldiers would injure themselves and unalive themselves on that stuff. But if you remember the LSD and acid trips, it's a lot like that, but it's a lot more dangerous even than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just the stuff in it so toxic.
Okay, here, I think I found it. So let me get the share screen. Let me come back to the thing here. And what I'm going to do, I appreciate you guys being in here. Hey, what's up, Kokomo? Thank you so much for being here. Everybody that's in the chat, everybody on X, everybody, wherever you're at, thank you guys so much for being here. Let me get this video up and running so I can get this done for Vicky before she has to go. So let me get this taken care of. I do apologize for the last minute kind of stuff happening here.
No, it's good. I mean, it's good to educate. Let's show them.
All right. I labeled this wrong. It wasn't fentanyl. It was laced marijuana, but here's the video.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay here from Inside Out. Have you guys seen this video?
That's K2. Pay attention. That's K2 right there. Look what it does to him.
Mr. Landman standing home. Yep, that's real shit.
So there you guys have it. I wasn't going to play the rest of it because I labeled it wrong and I got, ridiculed for it. But there you guys have it. That's what K2 looks like, ladies and gentlemen. So it makes you tweak out bad.
It does. It's really terrible. Okay, so that last article we didn't really get to, but I want to kind of point out a few things on it. You guys can go check it out anytime. They did a controlled study during the lockdown that they did for Texas during COVID, and it says, and this was the Marshall Project. I want to recognize them as well. The Marshall Project and the Texas Tribune did this together.
Good job, Vicky. That's what you need to do. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tammy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. She's good. Anyway, it says last year the Texas prison system unwittingly started a controlled experiment. The agency's leaders have long blamed prisoners' friends and families for a constant flow of drugs they say are often smuggled in through visits and greeting cards. To combat this, prison officials early in March set up new rules curtailing the mail. And 2 weeks later, they shut down visitation to fight the spread of the coronavirus. Now they could see, would the changes stop the booming drug trade in the Texas lockups? No, they did not. An investigation by the Texas Tribune and the Marshall Project found, instead, staff members and prisoners say the problem is worse. The agency data shows the guards are finding just as many drugs and writing up even more prisoners for having them. The main source of the drugs, according to more than a dozen people who lived or worked in Texas prisons over the past year, low-paid employees in understaffed facilities. There's more drugs than a year ago. They're finding meth daily. A year ago, it was just here and there. It's so easy to get in.
Yeah. And again, the question is, we already know the answer. Like I said again, who's bringing it in? It's obvious. It's only obvious. Stop blaming stop blaming our locked up loved ones because they're locked up. It's somewhat pretty hard for them to bring it in, but it is what it is. And again, Texas Mom, thank you so much for doing what you're doing there. Thank you for the hashtags. I appreciate you from Inside Out Network. Yep. Thank you.
And I want to say this. I want to thank the good COs. The ones that are in there fighting this fight and want to see effective change. The wardens that want to see reform and rehabilitation and shorter sentencing and more community involvement, more humanizing people. We need to go back to that because let me tell you, when there was conjugal visits and there was family, and we do have some family visit things that they do and different religious organizations that are heavily involved in the prisons. Right. But the thing is, here's my thing. The more we humanize, the more we promote mental health awareness, the more we
Mhm.
help them with substance abuse and those things, the better it's going to get. Educating and advocating, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my motto. And while we're sitting here discussing this topic, and thank you guys so much for all of you getting involved, showing your love and respect in here. I love and respect every one of you back. You guys are what makes this podcast what it is today. And I appreciate every single one of you. So I got the utmost love and respect for Tammy, utmost love and respect for Texas Mom and Redeeming Patriot and Vicky. And let's see, Kokomo, I think that's how you say your name, Trey Stone. Every single one of you guys in the chat tonight.
All of you matter.
Curtis is not here tonight. There's nothing major going on, but as you guys know,
he'll see it, and
yeah.
he knows we care about him and his well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we go any further, I wanted to share something else, 2 things that kind of tie into this. It's 2 more videos that are on my channel that you guys should go watch and see just for your viewing so you can see it firsthand. But I want to share, I got an update. I'm going to show that update because I got some great news. I got to share it tonight because this person is going to be home Monday because of his actions. So let's go ahead and get into that real quick. And I'll keep you guys updated on what happens with that. But he's going to be up on the podcast once I schedule it in for that purpose. So here's that proof right here. I want you guys to pay attention to the video in it and what's going on inside the video, and then I'll come back in here and show you what's up. And then I got another video after this, and then we'll leave it at the chat, and then we'll say our goodbyes. With that being said, here's that video I wanted to update you guys on.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay here from Inside Out. I actually have some bad news and some sad news all rolled into one video. Check this out.
The guy in the red shirt. He's doing CPR. He didn't make it.
What you guys just saw there is a very sad situation that happened in one of our prisons here in Georgia. And what you just saw there was my friend trying to do CPR on this guy and to save his life. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. My full video on this is on my channel if you want to see the full version of this. If you guys like to see this type of content, you want to hear and see more of it, man, please hit that sub.
Okay, so with that, let me go ahead and go to the next. Oops, my bad, guys. Let me go ahead and get out of this and show you the other video before I get out of here, because I think it's very important that we stay on topic, but I wanted to share that with you guys. But here's the other video that this kind of stuff happens that ties into this contraband problem. Look at this.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jay here from Inside Out. Now, supposedly a prison in Georgia just stopped a drone drop from taking place. Here's the picture to back up that claim. What you guys just saw there was the actual drone and all of the contraband that was connected to that thing when they attempted to drop it in a yard in a prison somewhere in Georgia.
Keep in mind, I'll go back.
This is real.
I'll pause it.
Or whatnot, because I don't know the backstory on this thing. But it was sent to me, and here we go. I'm doing a short video on this. Well, what do you guys think? You guys think this is real with all the content in there, or do you guys think this is not? Put your comments down below and let me know what you think. And again, keep in mind, guys, right here, success is the best revenge.
Yeah. So let me get out of that real quick and go back to the picture, what we're talking about here, just so you guys can see firsthand what I'm talking about, if it'll show it again. Okay, right here. Okay, so what you see, why is it doing that? Just bear with me for a second, guys. What you see here is the drone. Look at the stuff that was found on this drone. These 2 big things down on the table are the batteries. Those are all the chargers. This is a tablet. This is a cell phone, iPhone, and this is a cell phone. And there also is a pew-pew in here. Now, I don't know if I buy half of this stuff that was found on this. I don't know if it was an actual real thing, but my Lord, that was found supposedly in Georgia as they were trying to do a drone drop with all this contraband on it. There you go. There's proof that it does happen. It exists.
Yeah, there was one in Cleveland, Ohio, where they dropped right in the yard. They dropped it right in the yard. The prisoner ran and snatched it up and started running. I was like, and I shouldn't laugh, but I'm like, listen, you guys can do something about it.
Mm-hmm. You have a voice.
But you know why they won't? Because they're making money too. Even
Mhm.
the higher ups, I promise you. I was told by someone, and I'm not going to reveal my source on this. I was told that it goes way up the food chain. It goes way up.
Mhm.
Just telling you,
Yeah.
the money.
There's always a top and a bottom, if you will, on this, guys. It goes from the bottom up or
Well, and
top
there's
down.
always one that runs the
Mhm.
prison with the
Yeah,
warden
absolutely.
on
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
prison side, and then there's the administrative side. There's the warden, and then there's the big boss that's running all the illegal activities on the prison side.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do they
And
call them? Come on, I know they call them something. There's a specific
yeah, I'm sure there's a word for it.
specific word. I'll look it up and I'll let y'all know. But I know I can't think of it right now. My brain's not.
I like this one, Texas Mom. I like that one for some reason. That should be a T-shirt. Be the voice, not an echo. Man, there's a lot
Mhm.
of echo. There's a lot of echoing.
We
A
hear it
lot of,
all the time, don't we, Jay?
oh man, it gets sickening. It's
Yeah.
disgusting. But you know what's funny? Echo comes back and slaps you in the face, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what do we do about that? Well, stop making the echo happen and start making your voice heard so it doesn't come back and slap you in the face. Because we can sit here and do this all day, but it ain't going to do a damn bit of good. You know what you're supposed to do, so stand up and do it. Stop being afraid and intimidated and all that. We all know what we're supposed to do. Lace up your boots, tie them, double time if you have to, and hit the streets. Get this stuff done. Put your voice out there. We're like less than what? How many days less until election day? This is crunch time, guys. It's crunch time. Peace. I think actually, to be honest, time's running out. But Destiny said this, and I appreciate her being here. Thank you so much. I had a friend have a seizure from smoking K2. Yeah, absolutely. It's very bad.
It's terrible. It gives heart attacks and strokes and brain affects the
Yeah.
brain, causing seizures. Yeah.
Vicky said peace and love to go. Yeah, absolutely. We need more of it.
Same to you. Same to you and yours.
Yeah, absolutely. And Destiny got in here. So she turned out all right, but it messed her up for a while. Yeah, there's not one dang good drug, man-made drug, if you will, that's good for our bodies.
No.
People even say marijuana is good for you if it's not laced. Now, again, marijuana is an herb. It's from the earth.
It's nature
So
made.
but it is. It is what it is. Let's see what Trey Stone had to say about this. Jay, real talk about Friday. When whatever any future trolls are in chat and or others are actively delete them. I really, really, really need you to not engage. Don't feed the trolls. Fair enough. And I take all advice I take with a grain of salt. I do not disrespect your guys' advice. I take it wholeheartedly. So we are working on some things, but keep in mind, again, this is not an excuse.
Tell him, Tanya, tell him that we said we love him and we support him and he's not in there alone. He has a family out here rooting for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
But
you.
back on, yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
Thank you. No, you're good, Tammy. And Trey, I just want to let you know that whenever time we get a disrespectful comment, whether it's especially a threat comment, we got to screenshot it. So it's got to stay up for a little bit so we can keep the evidence, so we can take the next step. Otherwise, yes, we just got to get rid of it. But yeah, I totally agree.
All that are out in the chats, when you see those terrible comments or things come in, please, even you, Trey, just take a screenshot with your phone, email it to Jay. I am gonna send you your email. I'm so sorry. I've been so bogged down at work.
You're good.
Yeah, we're not gonna feed the trolls anymore. The trolls can starve out there. We don't have time for it. It takes us off of topic and it just takes away from us.
They got enough food. They don't need any more food from me.
No, they're done.
So, I'm going to cut them off, just like, how other things get cut off. I'm going to cut them off. I just get sick of it, to be honest with you. It gets old. People need to move on and grow up and let things be what they are. It's disgusting. People's mindset, disgusting. Anyways, text them something I will do. All right. Thank you guys so much for you guys being in here. Tammy, do you have closing arguments for tonight's show?
Just guys, the pen and the paper is very powerful. I really think that we need to start heavily holding the staff, the administration, the higher ups in our DOCs, whether it be federal or state or county level. Our taxes pay them. We have to. absolutely start demanding
Yeah. Yep.
that they put a stop to this nonsense. People are unaliving in there from the K2 and the meth and the fentanyl.
Absolutely,
And it
guys.
should not be in there.
Mhm.
These are people that are locked up. A lot of people that are incarcerated
Mhm.
do have substance abuse issues, way more than half of the population in there.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it is not fair to them because they're not getting proper recovery in there with
Mhm.
that being exposed to have that enticement in there. Because even people out in the free world cannot stop
Oh, I
using
know.
without assistance.
I know.
So
And
we need to demand better, and we need to demand that all of this contraband stops.
I agree 100%. 100%. So here's my closing arguments, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to go ahead and unfortunately time goes so fast when you're having fun, right? And I love you guys in here. I hate to say goodbyes, but we're never really goodbye. It's I'll see you Friday. So you guys will be back in here on Friday. Just for I don't know, say for the record, there's 28 people in here watching. So again, we're getting close to breaking view records. But I appreciate you guys. Nonetheless, you guys do help really make this podcast what it is. Texas Mom said this: paper trail, paper trail, paper trail. Absolutely. There should be a song on that. But anyways, that is absolutely true. Without paper trail, your stuff's going to fail. Our co-host Tammy said this: yes, it is, but they want to divide and distract. Yeah, absolutely. Everything is a distraction nowadays. Just turn on your TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tammy. So my closing argument, guys, is this. I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to put it back up on here just because it's my point. I want you to pay attention for this again, right here on your screen. Again, I'm bringing this up. This is my closing argument, and here's why. Yeah, look, 54,000 per year, and somewhere down here says 48,000 per year, and down below that says 57 to 64,000 per year. Look, there is no limit that's going to stop these people, ladies and gentlemen, from doing corrupt type bullcrap. So what you're seeing here is just what they take home after taxes and all that fun jazz. They're still not happy. All right. These CEOs and whatnot are going to do what they do because they think they're above the law. They wear the badge. They're above us. They're above that. And they can't be stopped because what they do inside prison, the outside world, if you will, does not know what they're doing. All right. But again, I call bullcrap because, again, ladies and gentlemen, we do know what they're doing. All right. So the only way we're ever going to stop this, guys, as my co-host Tammy and so many people in the chat said tonight, the only way we're going to stop this is that we put our boots to the ground, lace them up, and do what we need to do to put these people on blast. Because again, it's not fair when we have to go through all the vigorous metal detectors, strip search, pat down, this and that. And for the females, it's lift your bra or check your bra and other. I mean, it's degrading as it is. But the CEOs don't get to do that, have that same process. Why? Where is my tax dollars going? Where is Tammy's tax dollars going? Where is all you people in the chat's tax dollars going? Think about that for a second. Something has to change, and we need major oversight and major change within the process of how these CEOs come in and out of the prisons without being vetted or checked. And I'm sick of it. All right. So it's either make cell phones legal and be quiet, or do something about it so it changes it. So this guy right here, for shits and giggles, this guy right here doesn't get to do 35 years. Something's not right with this case. And when we're going to continue on this case, we're going to look at this case in more details. Me and Tammy are going to work behind the scenes, and we're going to find out why this is sticking, how this works. And if it is an Eighth Amendment violation, I hope he and the family sues the hell out of Texas. With that being said,
Craig,
guys.
I just sent you an email. Can you let me know if you get it? I sent a test email, and then I'm going to send you the documents.
Okay. And Texas Mom says, love you guys. See you all Friday. Good night. Absolutely. Thank you, Texas Mom, for being here. I appreciate you as always. You're a great access. Wow. Anyways, you guys know what I meant. But anyways, wow, that was stupid. Anyways, Tristone said there's the email for there's Tammy's email. Thank you, Trey. But anyways, you guys get what I'm trying to say. I'm tired. We need to speak out more and out louder. Absolutely. Hey, I might invest in a mega horn. So if you want to borrow,
I don't really need one when I get angry, do I?
fair enough. No argument. But I'm saying for rallies, if we ever go to rallies, yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely have one. So will you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and back out of here. Thank you guys so much for your comments and your consideration of being in here. Your respect and all of that is very much appreciated. And of course, last but not least, Tammy, thank you again so much for being a co-host and a major help for this podcast. I very appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to be here. I'm in this fight with you guys and for everyone in there that needs a voice. We're your voice.
Absolutely. Stop hate speech. These shirts are available, guys. New merch is on my line.
Store, please.
Yeah, my new merch is up too, guys. I got other t-shirts besides what you see here. I got a redesigned Stop Hate Speech t-shirt. Go check it out, guys. If you want to become a member, it's open. Please become a member. Consider that. Look in that and get extra perks if you guys like that kind of stuff. Check it out. Do what you can to show your support with this. Again, it's not a financial money grab. It's just a purpose because, again, everything you see here takes money to run. I got paper and ink to keep my printer going. You know, it's a daunting task. With that being said, though, again, I'm not here to do a selling pitch. I'm just saying, hey, if you want to show your support, please do what you can. There's a lot of options there. Tammy, thank you. Have a good night, Tammy.
Well, good night. Good night, everybody.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys.
Rest of your week. We'll see you Friday.
We'll see you guys Friday. And with that being said, I'm your host, Jay. Thank you guys so much for being a part of another roundtable right here in our studios from Inside Out. Good night, everybody. Take care. Peace.
Good night.